It most definitely is, Adam. Our record holders of the most elims in a single match. 15 elims from Malibuca Merstache. But I think they're looking to do it again, Jacob. 2 on the board already.
Hey, there's still 45 possible eliminations left for them to snatch up. And plenty of game left to boot. And you add in that Reaper sniper rifle that Merstache has, he can definitely get a knock onto somebody or a solo quick elimination onto somebody as well. But that duo right next to him, they're traveling hip to hip with Malibuca and Merstache, and could be a good thing, but a team as dangerous as them, well, it could also be a bad thing as well.
Never can be too careful though, as Snazy and put aside here. 0 elims on the board. A lot more relaxed, but that relaxation can turn into stress when it comes to you not doing enough damage. Only 24 above now. As you can see, Podesai, I can almost like tell he started moving a little bit more quicker, started editing more. Got a little bit scared there. He's like, oh no, gotta do some damage. As they look for the options, the issue is around them. To their knowledge, there's not a lot of people down below. Meanwhile, Cherry, Jiraz, on the congested side of zone here, do have easy pickings for options for damage. Just take a look though.
Our first zone moving over towards Lavish Lair. As you called out 2 of their eliminations before, they spotted out that solo. And I said it before, I'll say it again. You don't really want to travel hip to hip with Malibuca and Merstache. You want to create space, especially if you're a solo, because they'll spot things like that out. They'll know exactly where you're positioned in your box. They'll also know that you're a solo, and with 2 Thunderburst SMGs, those walls will not be enough to hold back this team.
Walls, shields, nothing is enough to hold back this duo. Interesting zone here, I like it. It could be dangerous for the duos that have to rotate through this building in the future, but Lavish Layer, good amount of changes in elevation. Cherry, Girods, they were pretty healthy just a moment ago in terms of damage, and it looks like they still are. Just 44 players up, 23 duos. We are on the 8th zone here. Storm Surge is active, but for how long? As the rotates come through, the players could get picked off.
Well, everybody's kind of close together. This duo here has found a way to separate themselves from everybody else, and honestly, that was a nice decision there to use the crash pad without the Flowberry Fizz, because they wanted to go a little bit shorter. Too far off, they would have put themselves probably in the line of sight and the focus against a lot of other teams here that they're positioned nearby, but zone continues to move forward. And this is kind of the first sense of a team trying to take high ground and instantly give it up and try to move towards the front side of that zone.
Finn and Ren now. 730 above, 4 elims just for Ren. Good loadout, good materials. This duo might even feel confident enough to take some shots up above and potentially play aggressive towards height. Meanwhile, Demus Saren also looking healthy. A lot of duos here have been playing a bit more passive, conserving their loot, their materials, and are looking incredibly strong for this late game. As now the duos that are going on ahead and building up, trying to secure that advantageous position. The question is though, when you do it on these first moving zones, will you be able to hold it? We saw how difficult it got for DKS and Vox when they just kept getting chopped again and again. But you know,
yeah, they're looking healthy now in terms of builds, but just like you said, 3 straight zones is going to be an attempt to try to hold on to it. Podesai and Snazy have a different plan in mind, trying to attack the low ground, push these players out of their path, and quickly use the Flowberry Fizz. 1 of 2 charges they do have left to try to cover the ground and the distance, all while being below the damage threshold for Surge. So it's something they're going to keep back of their minds as they reach the front side of the zone.
Cherry now left as a solo. 3 medkits to his name as well. Good amount of materials, has those options, but be careful. It looked like almost your duo got in your box, started pickaxing him. And he's gonna find that knock, but I don't believe he's gonna go for the finish. It's too risky. Pick up the extra loot. Most likely will get picked up anyways. Look who's found it though. Malibuca Merstache, as if they didn't need more loot. There it is. 1,500 damage above the threshold.
It almost feels like they didn't even know he was there, the way they were going after the other player on the other side of that box. Podesai goes down. Snazy has no choice but to disengage and leave him out to dry to try to collect as many points here as a solo. Already 4 being granted as a couple more teams do go down instantaneously as he makes his rotation forward. And this is where it is going to get tricky for a solo just like him this early into the moving zones with almost no builds to his name.
Artem now up above. High ground has changed owners, but be careful. Merstache, Malibuca are looking for it, cracking the solo up top now, permitting them to confidently build up. Not even a fight for it, just took a few shots, and there it is. Merstache is already up above now, crowned kings of the high ground. Building out, be careful though, all that's left is wood. Hopefully, Malibuca has a bit more hard mats to work with, as Snazy has just 2 builds to work with, making use of the matling mechanic here. Playing sneakily.
Yeah, and judging by the last few games, it's almost just like this for Snazy. Goes into the box, quickly sends his opponent back to the lobby with the Frenzy auto shotgun. Deals so much damage so quickly, but nobody really has chances to look up towards that high ground. Even though they're building in wood, they might be able to find some success because of all this chaos going down. You got Chari staying alive, zone after zone as a solo, using the last of his med kit. Now push is going to come to shove, and he's going to have to think outside of the box of how he's going to be able to survive. Jumps over Swift, who goes down to a whole nother team right below him, barely escaping danger, but another team right in front. The battles are endless for Chari. He's trying to survive, but he breaks down yet again. His quick thinking right now is the only thing keeping him alive.
40 HP, has those med kits, he has the option to do it, and there it is. The heal off starts coming through. Snazy as well, another 2 med kits to work with. This gives them a bit of time to think, to reflect on what their rotation's gonna be into the zone. As Myra now, that mythic hammer pump shotgun, 110 to his opponent, cracks him. Still another shot needed though, 108, it's not enough, gets knocked all up to his duo partner. Kingo now has the mats inside of the zone, looking for those connections, but he's running low. Soon enough, he has to make something happen.
And somehow, some way, Chari's doing the same thing. Multiple amount of solo points being picked up to 52 so far, but it's Malibuca on the high ground, who has now just entered into this phase of the game by himself as Merstache gets taken down towards the backside of zone. Final 4 teams left alive, and everybody here is a solo. Chari finally gets taken down. His show comes to an end. 3 medkits off the back of Ezrek. On the other side, Malibuca has 2 left in his inventory. Everything is running out. This is our final 2 teams left alive, and Malibuca just might have the edge, but just in case, he drops down low. He's ready to fight it if he needs it with a medkit left. He ends the run just like that. Malibuca winning by taking it by force.
Played flawlessly by Malibuca. He had the medkits, but at the same time, you never know what your opponent has. He found him. Opponent was locked in, popping the medkits. Malibuca didn't even go for the wall replace, put a wrap, jumped straight into the box, and got that elimination required to take the victory royale.
So many teams today just taking destiny into their old hands, throwing the medkit out the window, and just finalizing their victory, cementing it with dominance. And you're seeing how he got his way there. Merstache was down, playing Disruptor. It ended up into this point, and Malibuca had more than enough, but he wanted to style and profile on his opponent. He not only took the ball, went in with a nice, perfect first shot, and only 17 HP left to take the win. He's definitely making a statement here in this game. As Adam, Levin, and Midi, I know you guys got some statements of your own after that one.